Welcome all. In this video we are going to discuss about positional argument and variable length argument in Python, and even further we'll see how we can pass list, dictionary, tuple to the argument of the function. So first we'll go with the example of positional argument. Normally whatever we do, that is the positional argument. That means the example what you see over here, you can see I have created, this is the example of positional argument. This particular example is the positional argument. So in this example you can see I have created a function add having two arguments, age and name, and then some coding is there. While calling, I have to be very careful that according to the position I need to pass the data. Here I am passing 12 and Sam. So when this function will be called, as we know what is the calling and what is the function all about in Python. So if I am passing 12 will be going to age and Sam will be going to name. Means position wise, first to first and second to second. So in this we need to be very careful while passing the argument. That means we need to remember first type of argument is of what kind and second type of argument is of what kind, because every time calling will not be there at the same place where function is written. So we have to be very conscious. The sequence wise we need to pass the values, because it may happen that if we are passing Sam over here, and here we are passing any age, suppose. So what will happen in this? So this is a string. So this string will be passed to age and this numeric value will be passed to name. So there is no issue, but issue will arise when here, because in numeric I am thinking that this first argument is of numeric. So I am writing age minus 2. Being a programmer, I am deducting 2 years as we normally deduct some years from the original age. So I am deducting 2 years over here. So now if I am passing Sam from here, so what will happen? Sam is a string, so Sam will be passed to age, and that means here Sam minus 2. So it is very illogical. So no problem, 13 will be passed to name, so 13 will be printed. But when I am passing here, so Sam will be passed to age and numeric operation will be done. So it's a difficult situation. So that means we have to be very alert when we are doing or passing positional argument. So in this example we have seen positional argument means sequence wise, position wise you need to know what type of data we should pass, and then we need to pass the data. Another type of argument is keyword based argument. So in this example only I am going to do the changes. Here no issues, in any way I can pass, means keyword I can use the keyword. So if I am writing name equal to and then age equal to, it will be very fine. Why it will be fine? Because this name, I have used the keyword name. So compiler will search for the argument whose name is name, NAME, whose argument is written as NAME. So NAME will be passed here. So this NAME equal to Sam. So this will be passed to second argument. So name will receive Sam and this age 13 will be received by this age variable. So based on the variable, data will be received. Variable's name, the data will be received. So keyword will be searched. So name will be searched by name and age will be searched by age. So it is easy for anyone or the programmer to identify the arguments, or in any way we can write, means we need not to remember the position. Only thing we need to remember here, that if I am passing one in this way, if I am doing, let us see what happens. It has given some error. The error is positional argument follows keyword argument. That means this is the positional argument. This is positional argument. This is considered as positional because there is no keyword, is followed by keyword argument. So this is not working, that in one argument you are using keyword based and in one argument you are taking position based. But if opposite I am doing, maybe it will work. So let us see what happens here. If I am, means we can move, as we have discussed in default argument also, we can move from left to right. Sorry, we can move from right to left, rightmost argument towards leftmost argument. Now we'll see what happens in this case. The same thing, position, so that means I cannot do this also. So but if I'll try this one, I think this will be working. Right to left concept will be working. So rightmost is keyword based and left is position based. Left is position and right one is keyword based. So let me see. So age is not defined. There is okay, here I need to pass the value actually. Then only variable passing I have done, that's why it was giving error. So I think now hopefully it will be working fine. So it is, you can see here the output is coming 10 Sam. So we'll move to this coding 10 Sam. So 10 Sam, why? Because 12 is being passed to age, so 12 minus 2, it is printing 10, and Sam is being passed to name. So in this example both our type of arguments are there. First is position wise and second one is keyword based type. So if you want to go for the mixed one, you can go, but you have to be very careful. From right to left you can move, or if it's better in keyword based, you are using any way you can write, any place, any keyword you can use. Like first can be name, already I have showed you, and second can be age. So it is safer to use like this, and you can run it and it will be giving the proper output. So this was positional argument and keyword based argument. Next we have is variable length argument. In variable length argument, sometimes it happens that n number of values we want to pass from argument. As you can see over here, a list of values, a group of values, n number of values is being passed from actual argument. So this is actual argument positioning. So now if I am passing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and even more, I can pass as many. So if so many values I am passing from actual argument, so that means according to the basic concept, that many variables to be created over here. So it's difficult to manage with so many of variables. So in place of that, we are managing with one variable and putting star in front of that, which is the significance or symbolization of variable length argument. So n is ready to receive n number. n is receiving n number of arguments, means multiple arguments, which is being passed from actual argument, actual parameter. So star symbolizes that n is a variable length argument. So just to show how it will be working, I have taken one coding here. Sum equal to 0 for m in n. So m will be receiving one by one the values from n, and then it will be added to sum. So m will be receiving first time 3, because n is having first value. This all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 values will be stored in n, and one by one it will be passed to m. And then sum is initialized by 0, and it will be storing, it will be adding all these values which will be fetched by m and then printed. So addition of all these will be the result in print. So when I'll be running this, it will be 67 it is showing. So if you add all these values, you will be getting 67. So it is fine. So in this case, n is receiving multiple values, and the type is, n's type is tuple. You can see the type of n by using the function type. What is the type of n? That is tuple type, means multiple values it can take. So this way you can create more examples. Next we'll have the example related to how we can pass list or tuple or dictionary to the argument. Not only simple variables, we can pass list also, we can pass tuple also, we can pass dictionary also through the argument of the function. So in this example, I have taken a very small coding. Sum underscore series is the name of the function, where n is the argument, and n is what type of argument? While calling the function, here I am calling the function, here I am calling the function L1, just I have taken the name of the list. As you know, within large bracket we can create lists. So list values are being stored in L1, and when function will be called, sum underscore series function will be called, L1 will be passed from actual argument which will be received by n, and then one by one they will be printed. Means all the values of list will be printed which is received in n. So when we'll be running, we'll be getting 7, 8, 9, 4, 5 as the list values. So this is how you can pass the list this way, and then it's giving the output of list. This way you can pass list and do the working in the list over here. You can put a loop here in the list coding, whatever list coding you can do, put a loop here, then do some coding. Means whatever is required you can do it with list here. Then in next example, I am passing the dictionary. Dictionary, all you know that dictionary is a kind of type in Python which stores keys and paired values. So I have created a function key dictionary over here with where various keys and paired values, and calling the function. I have created a function named func underscore dict. So this is written over here, and dictionary is names is d1. So d1 is passed here and is received by d. So actual argument I am passing the dictionary d1, and it is being received by d. And then I am running the loop for m in d. So that means m will be fetching key values of dictionary. As we know earlier, m will be fetching key values from dictionary whose data is stored in d. So print m, so key value will be printed. That means first this digit 1 will be printed, and d of m, dictionary's name, and then key value. As we know, dictionary name and key value, if we give, it returns the paired value. So the paired value of digit 1 is ONE1 in words. So one by one m will be fetching the key values, and key values and paired values will be displayed. So in simple way you can pass dictionary. In simple way you can let us run what happens here. So this way output of dictionary will be shown, because I have done little formatting there, so that's why output is being coming in this way. You can see here colon is I'm printing colon also, so this way the output is coming in different line in a formatted way. So as you have seen, tuple passing, list passing or dictionary passing is very easy. You can pass other data type also through the argument of the function. So in this video, this much only I wanted to show you how you can pass variable various types of data, various type of types to the argument, and various types of arguments in Python. We have already previously discussed about actual argument, formal argument, and also we have discussed about default argument. So apart from those, these arguments are also there in Python. So goodbye for this type. Take care.